Today, we are reviewing a video by Nic Gregoriades, Yoga for Grapplers, your key to sustained mat excellence. Yoga for Grapplers by Nic Gregoriades. Let's learn about Nic real quick. He's a black belt under Roger Gracie. He got his black belt at about 4 years. That's amazing. And also, on top of that, he's Roger's first black belt. So all those things pile up to make one amazing list of accomplishments. Also, for our benefit, Nic has taken a liking to doing yoga. He's found several great things that is added to his life on the mat and off the mat. And a big one that you're gonna get out of this is this will help you stay on the mat longer. It's gonna help you heal a little bit better and just help you be attuned to your body. Now, I am not a person who has done yoga before, so this is really an introductory thing for me. And I think Nic covered that in this DVD. It did get outside my realm of capabilities at some times, and that's perfectly okay. I wouldn't expect it to, it's not super basic yoga for grapplers. This is yoga for grapplers. So if you have some yoga experience, this will still show you some cool things that he's found in his journey of training and yoga and jiu-jitsu, and was able to combine these things to really help us out. Why specifically for grapplers? Well, he'll talk about it in the video, but really, as grapplers, we do certain things to our bodies. Just however you use your body in any sport, is going to take a toll on it. So he's able to try to balance out some of the damage we're doing to our bodies with yoga. He's trying to help strengthen us on our weak areas, and he's really big on core strength. A lot of the things he's showing here really helps you focus on your core and focus on your breathing. And these are all great for jiu-jitsu, but I really think that Nic has also the equivalent of a black belt in yoga. So what a great person to show you these techniques and the things that he's picked up for yoga and jiu-jitsu. He's even talking about doing some of these things in his class, and you could tell, hey, this is one of my favorite ones. We do it every day after class. He'll say things like this. What this video is not, it is not a put it in and just watch it. Watch workout number 7 today and watch workout number 4 tomorrow and that sort of thing. It's more of a basic guide of techniques and things you could do to help your neck or your back, or get more flexible in your hips, or get the strength in your hips or core. Just areas where, as grapplers, we're really hard on some parts of our body. And so it's kind of a guide of, if you have problems with this or you want to get better at this, this is for you. And oftentimes he'll just show one side, or he'll say, I did one of these, I want you to do 4 of these, or something like that. So it's not a thing you would put in and just run through it and work out with Nic. It's more of a instructional how to do it, and you need to have the discipline to do the exercises on your own and count and do the correct amount of time and things he recommends. Some of these he's recommending you do them before class, some after class, some the day after class, or maybe on your off day. It kind of varies a little bit of what he's recommending, and I would definitely take those to heart. A few of these exercises require another person, and some use the belt. I was not able to try any of the ones that required another person, just that wasn't in my schedule to do that. But they all looked pretty neat. Some of them were a bit extreme for me, so I don't really feel comfortable doing all of them, but maybe it's something that I build up to, and that's the more advanced stuff that Nic was showing. But it's really a great introduction for a person like me, someone who's doing jiu-jitsu for quite a while, and I definitely have certain aches and pains, and he's like, this is gonna be tight if you're a jiu-jitsu person, and yep, it was tight, and this is how we're gonna work it out, and this is how we're going to kind of repair some of the damage you've done to your body. Some of my favorite things on here, he showed a couple of stretches or exercises that were for the full body thing towards the end. I really enjoyed those, and it was kind of, maybe I'm just lazy and I want to, get a lot of things out of a short amount of time, and it probably goes against yoga in some ways. But really, if I could remember just 2 or 3 stretches or exercises that I could do, that's great for me. And I'm not able to remember everything, but if I could say, hey, after class, do this exercise, that's going to be great. Another thing that I really enjoyed was his advice with my upper back, lower back, and kind of how to stretch those out. He introduces some terms and some phrases that I wasn't familiar with, but he did a good job of explaining what they meant and what they really mean to you. And I think that that comes from him being able to bridge the two worlds of yoga and grappling, and to know that I'm not going to know what a bunder is. And he's going to help me out with that, and how I'm trying to engage that and work with my body to get it to respond appropriately to the yoga, and then hopefully respond better on the mats. So what's it for? You might be saying, well, I don't really do yoga, and that's fine. You know, if you're a young athletic person, you're not really dealing with any aches and pains at home, you know, you may not really see a whole lot of stuff out of this. Or if you're already super flexible and you don't really, you know, care to have an organized yoga thing, that's fine as well. But you could do both things. We could increase our flexibility, and we could also minimize some damage we get on the mat, and help actually reduce the odds of getting hurt if you're a little bit more limbered up or stretched properly before you're starting. And he does a great job, like I said before, of explaining, you know, do this after a good training session. Grab one of your training partners and run through this with them. It's great for this particular part of your body. And I really appreciated that. So if you're like me, I'm 37 years old. I definitely get home some days. I go to bed sore, wake up even more sore. And I think that this is going to be a great tool to help alleviate some of that stuff. Because when I was younger, I would go to bed sore, wake up, and I'd feel like a renewed person. And that kind of went away with me. If you're already into yoga, Nic is going to introduce you to maybe some things that are great for jiu-jitsu that maybe you hadn't thought about. And if you are brand new to yoga, or you know, jiu-jitsu is already a thing, but you don't know much about yoga other than just some basic stretching, I think this is kind of where I fit in. I know how to do basic stretches, but really this is way beyond that, and it's definitely opened up my eyes towards how I could treat my body when I'm off the mat to get maximum time on the mat. Not just speaking, you know, when I show up to class today, but years down the road. And that's where I think the goal of yoga for grapplers is, you know, like it says in the tagline, your key to sustained mat excellence. So that's not just talking about today or tomorrow. If you incorporate something like this into your system, into the way you train, this might help you for years down the road and help you stay on the mat much, much longer. And that's also my goal. The video is about an hour and a half long, a little bit longer than that. There'll be a link to it. It's by Jiu-Jitsu Brotherhood. I will put a link to Jiu-Jitsu Brotherhood in the notes down below here, or you can just go to their website or find it through Google. It doesn't really matter to me. Also, I've got tons more video reviews on this YouTube channel, and also interviews with athletes, competitors, coaches, and anybody else in the Jiu-Jitsu community who you'd want to hear from. You'll find interviews for there on the YouTube channel, and also on our weekly podcast, the BJJ Break Podcast. So thanks for checking this out. I appreciate it if you like and share the video if it's something that you think that your friend would be interested in. And stay sweaty, my friends.